The Mavericks gave up on Luka Doncic after he led them to the NBA Finals. Now, he's in Los Angeles, averaging 27 points, 8 rebounds, and nearly 8 assists with the Lakers, torching defenses and making Nico Harrison look like the biggest fool in the league.
During a pregame warm-up, here he is again. Is he hot? He's red hot!
While LeBron was sidelined, it was Luka and Austin Reeves carrying the Lakers, and they're starting to look dangerous. Over the last 10 games, Luka's numbers have been even better. 31.1 points, nearly 9 rebounds, 7.5 assists, and shooting 42.6% from deep. Did the Mavs just hand the Lakers their next championship? With LeBron by his side, the Lakers look terrifying. Meanwhile, the Mavs, they're falling apart, and Anthony Davis returning for the last few games won't be enough to turn things around. At this point, plenty has been said about how and why one of the most shocking deals in NBA history went down. We broke it all down previously on the channel. Nearly 2 weeks before the Lakers pulled off the blockbuster trade for Luka Doncic, head coach JJ Redick openly addressed their biggest offensive flaw: the inability to consistently draw double teams and create easy offense. "We don't have a guy on our team that's going to necessarily always draw 2 to the ball," Redick admitted in late January. "We don't have a guy on our team that's going to be able to get past his guy one-on-one and get to the paint and spread it out to the perimeter. Like, that's just not our team." The Lakers had a geometry problem that they needed to solve.
Here in Chicago, start, stop, to the rim, Doncic!
LeBron James and Anthony Davis still commanded significant defensive attention, but not at the level needed to consistently generate open, high-percentage shots all over the floor, like the best, most efficient offenses in the NBA, such as Boston or Cleveland. So how does Luka Doncic change this for the Lakers? Doncic is one of the league's elite pick-and-roll operators, and defenses are forced to send at least 2 defenders, if not more, his way when he comes off a screen. From there, his options are endless: hitting the roller, finding a weak side cutter, kicking out to a shooter, or swinging the ball to a safety valve. "People start learning that at some point in the game, they're going to double-team me," Doncic said after a dominant 125-109 win over San Antonio. "Like, always. I accept that. And I like playing that. It saves my energy. And we just get to play 4-on-3. I think guys are doing great out of that." With LeBron sidelined for 7 games due to a groin strain, Doncic has faced even more defensive pressure, but it hasn't slowed him down. He continued to put up elite numbers and dictate the flow of the Lakers' offense. Even while dealing with nagging lower body injuries affecting his shooting, he remains a master at controlling the pace, getting to the free throw line, and stuffing the stat sheet. His presence has fundamentally reshaped the Lakers' offense. The team has embraced Redick's preseason vision of becoming a high-volume 3-point shooting team.
4.5 points a contest. Catch, shoot, connect!
A hallmark of modern championship contenders. But how has Doncic helped improve the Lakers' 3-point shooting? Since Doncic made his debut on February 10th, the Lakers are attempting 42.3 three-pointers per 100 possessions, the second highest mark in the NBA. Before the trade, they ranked near the bottom at just 34.3 attempts per 100 possessions. With Doncic on the floor, their three-point frequency jumps by 6%, putting them in the 94th percentile league-wide per cleaning the glass. Luka's deep shooting range forces opponents to guard him beyond 30 feet, putting defenses in an impossible bind. Either let him step into his signature step-back 3 or send extra help and watch him carve them apart with his passing. He creates such havoc for teams' defenses that 90% of the time people are blitzing him, Austin Reeves explained. And he makes the right play out of the blitz. He doesn't force it, so you're playing 4-on-3, and it just comes down to making the right reads and passing to the open guy. But what about the Luka-LeBron duo? Will it work? Luka's chemistry with LeBron was obvious from the very first game he played for the Lakers. Sure, they both like to have the ball in their hands, but they're too smart as basketball players to get in each other's way. Plus, they're both big, skilled players, which makes their fit even more seamless and fascinating from a basketball standpoint.
This year, LeBron, open 3! Got it!
After their impressive win against the Denver Nuggets, LeBron summed it up perfectly. "I'm a natural-born wide receiver, and he's a natural-born quarterback, so it fits perfectly. I've been running the floor in the lanes pretty much my whole life, and he's been throwing out great passes pretty much his whole life. So it's not hard to get a rhythm when it comes to that. It's just all about eye contact and him being a great quarterback that he is, and I'm the recipient of it. James said. The results spoke for themselves. The Lakers went 6-1 in their next 7 games, with Luka playing his way back into shape. But just as things were clicking, LeBron went down with an injury, forcing the Lakers to face their first real test of the Doncic era. So, how did the purple and gold handle it? Rather than panic, the Lakers used this as an opportunity to retool their system on the fly, building even more of their offensive identity around Doncic's skill set. The Lakers have built a devastating two-man game around Luka and Jackson Hayes of all people, and his impact has been quietly essential to their resurgence in 2025. They frequently run high pick and rolls or a double drag action, where Hayes and another perimeter player both screen for Doncic, forcing defenses to navigate a lot of bodies in small spaces. Doncic has always thrived alongside a vertical lob threat, as he did in Dallas with Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford, which is why the Lakers initially targeted Mark Williams before rescinding the trade. But Hayes has stepped up in that role, emerging as one of the league's most efficient finishers.
Last night respectively, so gotta keep an eye on that. Jackson Hayes with a...
Since January 30th, when he replaced Davis in the starting lineup, he has led the NBA in field goal percentage. That's right, another great example of the Luka effect for LA. Another key development has been the growing chemistry between Doncic and Reeves. With LeBron sidelined, Reeves took on a larger offensive role, often stationed opposite Doncic as a safety valve for kickouts and ball reversals. Defenses that leave Reeves open one pass away pay the price, as he's knocking down 37% of his catch-and-shoot threes. So, how are the Lakers looking heading into the playoffs? Aside from getting healthy and securing the best possible playoff seed, the Lakers' primary focus over the final 10 games will be fine-tuning their offense. Their defense has been solid, but the offense is a bit of a work in progress. Still, the Lakers are confident they're on the right track.
On the switch, Luka's got the big on him, tries the three, and hits it!
Doncic is a one-man offensive system, and integrating a talent of his caliber mid-season takes time. With LeBron and Rui Hachimura back in the lineup, the Lakers believe they are on the verge of unlocking their full potential. "I think it's all going to come together," Redick said. "We're finishing, we're passing, we're taking care of the basketball, we're making threes, but I'm pleased with how we're generating good looks fairly consistently." How about the other end of this generational trade? Well, the Fire Nico chants are still alive and well in some corners of Mavericks fandom. Dallas players might be sick of hearing it from the fans, but can you blame them? This trade set off a chain of events that, on their own, could happen to any team at any time. But when you stack them all together in just a month, it feels like a full-blown voodoo curse. So how bad is it in Dallas? It's gotten so bad that in some recent games, the Mavericks have had more players in street clothes than available players. That's right. Dallas was just one player absence away from a technical forfeit. Pretty sure the last time something like this happened, we were still in the COVID season. This is definitely not what the people of North Texas expected from this club. The Mavericks were supposed to build on last season's NBA Finals run by reinforcing their supporting cast with Klay Thompson and Najee Marshall. Instead, they made one of the most baffling moves in recent memory, trading away a generational superstar in his prime for Anthony Davis, only for Davis to get injured soon after. Then, as if things couldn't get worse, Kyrie Irving tore his ACL, ending his season. Now, the entire fan base has turned on management. As shocking as parting ways with Doncic was, it also overshadowed another trade Dallas made just days later. On February 13th, the Mavericks sent Quentin Grimes and a 2025 second-round pick to the 76ers for Caleb Martin. Since arriving in Dallas, Martin has played only 5 games due to a lingering hip strain. Meanwhile, Grimes has been thriving in Philadelphia, averaging 27.8 points, 4.7 rebounds, and 5.2 assists while shooting 49% from the field and 39.3% from deep on nearly 9 attempts per game. Sure, the Sixers aren't exactly title contenders, but at this point, neither are the Mavericks. As well as Max Christie played for Dallas right after the trade, he's cooled off significantly in March. So even that small glimmer of hope has faded. Dallas fans are livid. The day after the trade, they literally held a funeral for the franchise in the streets. Protests have erupted inside and outside the arena. And no matter how much they love Kyrie, Derek Lively, and PJ Washington, nothing is going to distract them from the frustration and heartbreak they feel. Mavericks gave up on Luka, but he never gave up on being great. And now in LA, he's rewriting his story. Nico Harrison made his choice. Luka is making him pay for it, one bucket at a time. Drop your prediction in the comments. Will Luka haunt the Mavericks for the next decade? And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more in-depth basketball stories and analysis.